Welcome to part 4 of my affordable saltwater aquarium build. I'm kind of late with this one. If you looked at the last video, part 3, I should have been adding fish, which you probably see in the background. I did add fish. I also had a short that I uploaded just to let folks who are following along know I did add fish to cycle the tank. Now, I told certain people, I don't know if it was either here on YouTube or the other social media locations, that I wasn't going to be cycling this tank slow. Well,
I lied.
I decided to cycle it slow because I'm attempting to rebuild a system that I did so many years ago. Well over 20 years ago. I don't even remember what I said initially, but it was a long time ago. I'm finding out that a lot of the different supplies and stuff weren't available, and as you were seeing in the previous parts, I improvised a little bit. So what we did here is instead of fast cycling the tank, what I would normally do, we're cycling it slow. As you can see, you might can tell, you might can't tell, the lights are not on. So I've been cycling this slow, no lights. I think I turned them lights on just to test them, and other than that, that's it. As you can see in the background, 4 clowns in there. So I never cycled a tank with clowns before. I usually use damsels, and I'll explain everything to you why this video is late, why I chose the damsels, and we're going to wrap this up real quick right after this. All right, first up, I have to go through this because I know I keep telling people both on here on YouTube and other places that I'm going to be more dedicated to the channel, grind to get more content up so that the quality will get better, more variety up so it'll fit my original scheme, my original program, my idea of having a wide, vast variety on the channel. And as before, I told you before, life shit happens. So, spoiler warning, right here I'm about to put a picture of what happened to my hand. So a couple weeks ago I fell around the front yard pond, and I tried to catch myself from falling in, and I sliced my hand open pretty bad trying to keep from falling in the pond by grabbing onto the waterfall. And you can check this picture right there. Yeah, pretty nasty. Some of you all probably can't take nasty stuff like that, but I warned you to cover your eyes. I made it so I could have made it full screen, right? But I didn't. So for the last few weeks, I've been in pretty much some decent pain because it requires stitches. I haven't had stitches since I was a kid, but as a kid, I had like 3 or 4 incidents where I needed stitches. So this wasn't new to me, but as you get older, falling and getting stitches ain't fun. So I had to force myself today. The stitches were taken out a week ago, last Saturday. So this is a Saturday, I'm filming this Saturday. Last Saturday I got the stitches taken out. It had some infection in it. So I'm going through the process of just healing myself, eating cleaner and making it better. And I'm not going to flip my hand around and be disgusting showing it to you. I just did it real quick. You saw it. But the point is, I have it out in the open, not wrapped up no more. So breathe, get sunlight, all that good stuff. So that's the reason why I'm late with this update, as well as filming a bunch of other stuff that I should have been filming. But today I didn't wait another day. No more excuses. We're going to jump into this and wrap this up. So what we have here is 4 Ocellaris clowns. I chose them because I'm doing something different. So I decided to go ahead and take my chance with them. the cycling. Now this is a big tank, and it's not. I don't think they're going to produce the bio-load required for the tank to cycle fast. However, I think they can do it. I'm feeding them a certain amount of food, as well as what did I do? I added a bunch of decent nitrifying bacteria, as I probably did and showed you on the last video. And if I didn't, don't worry about it. I added a lot of bacteria, and we got this thing running dark instead of with light, so we don't have the ugly phases while it's cycling of a whole bunch of nasty things growing on the rocks or what have you. So that's why everything still looks pretty clean. No lights. All I got on in here now is my office lights, and you're looking at it pretty much. Now on the bed, you see something moving right there, probably little, yeah, those a cleanup crew. I didn't get a cleanup crew for a 125 gallon. I ended up getting a cleanup crew for a 40 gallon because I didn't want to put too many in there, because if they don't have a lot to eat, they'll start to eat each other and kill each other, and then that'll also make things spike. And I'm not trying to do that, but a cleanup crew nonetheless. Since I added them, they've been doing their thing. It's just, you know, a few hermit crabs here and there, as well as a few snails. Now, I made a mistake. There are two places I would normally order from: saltwaterfish.com and saltwateraquarium.com, as far as the cleanup crews. And one has bigger everything, snails, crabs, whatever. I ordered from the opposite, and these are the size that I end up getting, so I'm just gonna have to suck it up and count that as an L, but I'm sure they'll serve their purpose as well. So pretty much part 1 through this one, part 4, we were able to acquire all of the supplies, parts, and things necessary to get this tank up and running. I was able to do so, and I consider this a success. If you have any questions about any of the things from any of the parts, you go back and look at the other part 1, 2, or 3, and you have any questions that I didn't cover because I know I was pretty much out of it, you can comment on any of those, and I'll be sure to answer each and every one of them. A lot of folks who have more experience in the saltwater hobby or time, they might frown upon a lot of the stuff I did in parts 1 through 4, including trying to cycle this tank with 4 clowns. But I feel that the experience I've had in the past, I'm able to make these little guesses along the way, as well as going by what has worked for me. What I would like to tell anybody who's in the hobby that's new or whatever, no one can tell you exactly how to do this. Everybody's an expert in their own right. But I've had the experience of however many years I've been doing this, again, well over 20, that some things that I do don't work for everybody else. And some of the things that others have suggested didn't work for me. So sometimes you want to learn on your own, because everybody's suggestions and straight up rules of how to do this doesn't work for everybody. It's simple as that. So I do appreciate everybody checking out this the whole time. What I will do though, because some might say, well, it's still cycling. Yes, it's still cycling, but this is the last part that I'm going to upload. Everything after this will be updates. I'll just update with the condition as I add more fish. If I do any type of changes or additions to the filtration system, whatever I do, I'll do updates, but we won't have past part 4. This is it. So what I wanted to do is make sure today that I thank you all for following along on this one, and make sure you subscribe if you find something that you like about it. Hit the video section though, like I always say. Look at all the different variety, because we're gonna try to get pumped up. This has really hurt me while I'm talking to you now, so it's not pain. It's more of a discomfort. But I'm pushing through it anyway because I wanted to get this video done. And I wanted to say thank you all for following through parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this affordable saltwater aquarium build. And I really appreciate you all this time, just hanging in there with me. All right, before I go, I was about to just sign off like I normally do. But before I go, I turned on the lights for you all so you can see what it looks like with the lights on. It's not bad. I do have to clean the glass on the inside, but I mean, I'm just going to turn it on for you all this hot second so it won't really hurt my plans of a lightless cycling. But I think it's pretty decent considering I ain't had no lights on. So we don't have no nasty growths on the rocks or the sand bed yet. But that's pretty much what we're looking at. All right. Now, see, I know some of you all want to see this up close without the stitches in it. It looks pretty good. I don't know if some of you all, some of you all, you're real skittish. You probably can't take looking at it, so I'm just going to do it anyway.
Skittish, Toombs. Very skittish.
If I gross some people out, if you were grossed out, don't worry about it. I'll probably do it again. As always, it's a wrap. Oh, I can't even do it. My hand hurt. Fuck.